Hi everyone and welcome back to another HOI4 Vodcast. In the studio today you have myself, Badger.
And Boppus.
I was going to give you like some kind of title, the eminent Boppus.
The eminent.
The wise Boppus.
And I was drinking beer. I was unprepared for this.
Yeah, so we're both literally just back from vacation.
Yeah.
So I came home today from a southern European country.
You came home this today.
Okay, so this is the first quiz for all of you listeners or viewers. We both came home from ex-fascist countries around the Mediterranean. That sounds so weird. Okay, they all were at some point in time. So
precisely. Were Axis countries. Not
I didn't say Axis countries. I said fascist countries.
Yeah, you said. But they're not fascists right now.
This is probably going to get some kind of rating on YouTube that is not healthy for us saying stuff like that. But this is a World War II game we're talking about, so bear with us. All right. So the subject of today, we're going to talk about tactical mistakes. So we did
tactical. We tried to name it first. Tactical, something. Something. But we didn't.
No. So, and this was by inspiration from you guys. We did strategic mistakes 2 weeks back or something like that.
Yeah.
And there were several comments afterwards in the comment field, which we do read all of them and try to reply most of them or all of them if we can.
Yeah.
But there were several suggestions about making it one step down on a tactical level. I interpreted that as ups and
we both did.
Yeah, we both did. But then we had a discussion, and we're going to take it like more tactical level now. So that's what we aim to do. So that the design of the episode would be very similar to what we did last time. So we have prepared a couple of each, maybe
3 points. We're supposed to prepare 3. I prepared 5, and Badger prepared 14. So
I have a top 3 list now, I think.
Yeah.
So, but I have more in reserves if we need. All right. So, who is starting? Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Yeah. Okay. Shoot. Then I have a sip of alcohol-free beer.
The first one for me, and this is because I've been looking into this a lot lately, also. But that is having not looking. If you're fighting outside supply and fuel, not looking at the supply map while you're fighting, because it's really easy if you start winning to think you can continue winning. You just move on move on because it works right now. But then you
basically think it's StarCraft.
Yeah. I love StarCraft, but that's another topic. Just moving 1, 2, 3 provinces out, and you don't really see that you're not getting fuel anymore. Perhaps you're going with supply grace or something like that, or you're going with extra supplies, whatever. So you have the supply you need, but you don't have the fuel you need, which can it really kills your tanks. Totally kills your tanks. Or if you don't even have the supply you need, you're getting a little bit more, going through rubber, not coming anywhere, and then you're in a dead halt with no supply, no fuel, and you lose your entire army. And I've seen this countless of times in our multiplayer games. And I have an example where I put up a trap in the Soviet Union, like between the Murmansk Sea and Ladoga. Let the Finns go down really, really far down, because the Finns have so many modifiers. You don't want to fight them, actually. But he moved way down toward the Soviet Union, in the Soviet Union, with no supply, and I took out almost a third or a half his army down there. He managed to escape a little bit, but they couldn't do anything. They had like 70% supply.
Yeah. And usually when they do realize, or when you do realize that you're too far in and the counterattack is coming up, then you can't escape because you're out of supply, and the movement speed is 1 kilometer per hour.
Yeah. So you're really toast.
You're really toast. But I got this picture in my head to kind of build a metaphor for what's actually happening, and it's kind of like walking your dog on a flexi leash, if you know what they are. So like your tanks, like there's always like this invisible line coming from a supply hub somewhere, and it's kind of like a leash. So imagine you're the general and you have all your tank divisions, and they're all on leashes, and they can't really move. Like they can't move past the 8 meter of dog leash because then they're out of supply.
Yeah,
that's kind of like you have to have that in the back of your head always. Like you can't move, even though it might look like you can right click everywhere.
Yeah,
you can't really right click everywhere because then you're dead. That's basically
and fuel with tanks. This is more horrible because fuel is binary. Either you're in supply range of fuel or you're out of it. The supply range for ordinary supplies are more fluent in how it works.
I got this stupid. Now I see like Rommel walking the dogs in North Africa. No, it's
that's next Friday meeting.
Yeah. Sorry, it's the clock is much. That's why, and we're both in vacation mode still.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Sorry for that. Okay, but that's a good one. That's a good first one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take my first one then, and this is actually this is more like a proper fuck up, to be honest. But it's funny when it happens. Not so funny for the ones doing it. Then this is very like zoomed in tactical level now. But that
is it a Navy mistake?
It's naval invasions.
Yeah, so of course it is.
It's okay, but anyway, I've done it so many times now, so I hate myself for it. But I was gonna say naval invade two specific places on the map, but in general, naval invade where there isn't a port, but you think there's a port. So you naval invade somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
You naval invade. It's so stupid.
Is it Rome?
No, you naval. Yeah, Rome is one of them. Yeah. But you naval invade a port, or you think it's a port, and then you don't move out from there because you think like, oh, I have a bridgehead. I'm just going to wait for all the good tanks to arrive. So you have like 5 or 10 Marines landing in a big city somewhere like Rome. Yeah. And then you just stand still and wait for the tanks to arrive just to die with you. It's so stupid. It's funny. But that I mean, I've seen it so many times, and Rome is one place. And I don't know why they did this, but Hamburg is another one. Bremen is another one.
I've been in the harbor of Hamburg.
Yeah, exactly. Hamburg has a harbor. Why have they put it on a different tile in the game? Yeah. It's south of the river.
Yeah, there's not a
there should be
ship
like
in the
harbors.
world who can't go down that. No.
But so Hamburg doesn't have so if you're shocked now, no, Hamburg doesn't have a port in the game. It's the tile next to Hamburg that has a port, and Bremen doesn't have a port, but there's a port right and left of Bremen. so every time you do like this naval invasion, you do it like in the heat of the battle. You take Hamburg, let's just land there and make some noise, and then and then you're dead, like because you forget to push out on the right, and then or like you retreat back towards Hamburg, and then you're like, okay, just collect everyone here, and then we go out. No, we're on the wrong tile. And then you're dead.
Yeah, then you're out.
So
that's a great one. Especially because planning a naval invasion, you have at least some time to think about it and realize your mistake. But when you're retreating, then you're thinking on your feet.
Yeah, and then you're instinctively going to the big city because you think the big city has the harbor. That's usually like in 90% of like around the map. That's how it is.
Yeah,
like. The big cities has the harbors, the victory points has the harbors, or the port, but it's not always like that, and that's when it bites you.
Yeah,
and Rome is like the big one, like everyone done it, I think.
Yeah.
All right, that was my first one.
I'm going for the second one. Yeah. I'm going for air game this time, and this I've done this multiple times, but I'm not alone, and that's not acting when you lose an airfield. Because when you lose an airfield, all your fighters, CAS, whatever you have there, will move to other airfields. Which airfields, you don't really know. If they're gonna be overstacked, you don't know. Because they don't care if they're overstacked. They're just gonna move. In my mind, it's random. I might have missed something here. But I've too many times seen extremely overstacked
It's a very niche subject, but maybe that's a guide there, like how the airplane retreat.
Airplane retreat.
Yeah.
We'll take that one in 3 years when we're running out of subjects.
Yeah, exactly.
If we will ever.
No, but that's a very good one. Like when I played Soviet last time, I did an air build on the Soviets, and I mean by design you kind of fall back constantly.
Yeah.
But it was like a constant micro.
Yeah.
Airbase micro, that was crazy.
Yeah. And overstacked air bases, that's one of the worst thing you can have in this game. It can totally kill your entire air force, making them worthless.
Yeah. So if you don't know, if you overcrowd an air base, basically all the air efficiency goes to shit, which means no planes fly.
Yeah, basically. Absolutely. It's not that it's bad or it hurts you.
It's not like attrition or anything.
It kills you.
They don't work.
No,
that's how it is.
They stop flying.
And they take supply as well.
Yeah.
All right. That's a really good one. If you lose key airbase, like Northern Frost, a classical one, or the early ones in Ukraine on the Soviet front, there are also like the good air bases that usually get quickly overrun.
Yeah.
All right. My second one then. This is also a fun one, but it's this is both single player and multiplayer, I'd say, but it's when you do the panicky new frontline fallback line thing. So I mean the most classical one is that you play the Soviets, right? And you're falling back, and then you say, shit, we need a new front line, which means you need a new fallback line to move everything back to. Or it can also be like a front line, you're just you're making it shorter or something like that. Like you're consolidating your front line. And I've seen so many funny fuck ups on this one, but I think that the ones that comes to mind continuously is when we played a multiplayer game a few maybe half a year ago, or no, maybe a year ago, and the Soviet players, they were like doing quite well, like keeping up a good fight. And then I remember I played Allies, and we're like, okay, how they're doing? Okay, we still have time to do a proper D-Day, blah blah. And they were fighting outside of Moscow, which is not good, of course, but they were like holding around. And then they just made this decision, like, let's pull back to the Urals because it's a better defended territory. And they completely forgot about there's something called victory points. So they just pulled back the entire army to the Urals.
I remember this.
They just died instantly, because then they just, let's take Moscow, and then they took like the next victory points right after, and then game over. And everyone was just like, what happened? But my tactical mistake thing is like when you do like heat in the moments, like mass frontline movements, or you do like the fallback lines, you just pull units and let the AI move them for you. So I did another one where we communicate to each other quite badly, but I tried at least to do it when I was main control of Soviets and say, let's pull back. I'm going to make a new front line. Everyone ready? Yes, let's go. And then we did it after like a couple of minutes of heads ups. And then all of a sudden you hear this one guy, one of my co-ops saying, guys, where are you guys? And then he's stuck in Northern Balticum with 14 armor divisions, which were all the ones we had left, with no frontline units next to him, which means that they're all dead. And I was like, I mean, it was me who pulled the plug, killing all our tank divisions, but I wasn't aware that he was still there. So tactical fallbacks would be the like bad tactical fallbacks would be maybe the title of that one.
I think that's a great one. I want to throw in two things here. First of all, it's a strategic what you should do, especially at the Soviet Union, to have pre-planned fallback lines. So you can pre-plan your fallback lines, so when you know that, okay, this first line has fallen, we can't really keep up. We're breached in 2-3 separate places. We need to fall back further, so they don't have the supply they need, and they need to rebuild and reorganize themselves. Just to have the entire army clicked and go back to a pre-planned fallback line is just, it's quality of life.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I had 2 things, but I forgot the other one, so
it's fine. Yeah.
Let's move forward.
Next one for you.
It's the third one for me.
Yeah.
And this is really easy, and I think this is where really good players have a huge edge, and that's always keep a track on both terrain and weather. You have a clear view of the map, because it's, as you said, this is not StarCraft. You're not moving at the same pace. You don't fight equally in each province.
No.
And this depends on, of course, a lot of stuff. So I've even put in rivers here, but just the terrain and weather to see, am I trying to pass a river here? Which way should I go? Yeah, I want to surround these units by going this way, but is that possible? If you have 2 rivers and you have a mountain on one side and a plain on the other side, perhaps you should try to do another maneuver. And if it's snowing, perhaps you shouldn't do any maneuvers at all. You perhaps need to fall back, take it easy, because you will have so many negative modifiers that this will not work as it would have in the summer or in some kind of other tiles. And this depends on which kind of units you have made, and that's a strategical choice.
Yeah.
But just keeping track on what do I have and how will this work, depending on the terrain and weather I'm fighting in right now.
Yeah.
And I've seen this so many times. You can retreat and just see people attacking with tanks on my mountain tiles. Yeah, I know it worked for you 5 minutes ago. We were fighting on the plains, but come on.
But I think that, like tanks attacking into like a mountain jungle, I was going to say, but like a mountain tile, that's a classical one. That, or like you make a landing in Italy and then you try to push up like the Italian booth with heavy tanks in mountain tiles, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Or I mean, the more classical ones, like Germany attacks with medium tanks in the snow, in the forest, in the like northern parts of the Eastern Front.
Yeah.
And they just like charge straight into a wall. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they go south in like the more good weather in Ukraine, and it's all plains, and it goes very well all of a sudden.
Until the mud comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. But I think looking at the weather, that's one level. That's like the next kind of level. Like looking at the terrain, I think any somewhat like skilled player or experienced player like keep track on where to attack, and you like the tile and the terrain, like the terrain type.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that many players, to be honest, to have like the the presence of mind to actually look on the graphics to see, is there a snowstorm right now, or like a blizzard or sandstorm? No. I don't think that many does that.
I wouldn't say that I have keeping a track on specific weather on specific tiles all the time.
No.
But you can do this still with a quality of life. If it's winter and it's January and the Soviet Union, you can expect it being snow, deep snow, or blizzards. If you're fighting in El Alamein in the summer, you can expect sandstorms and hot weather.
To be honest, this is one of the main reasons I don't do carriers that often, to be honest. Because carriers in the Pacific, if you're playing in the US or Japan, you usually someone usually goes for carriers.
Yeah.
And if you want to take a fight with carriers when there's a storm happening, surprise, no airplane will fly.
No.
So they are useless. So that's why I'm and will forever be a black boot when it comes to, and those who get that reference get the reference. But no, definitely battleships and battlecruisers, because they are not that weather dependent, which is very nice.
You can always shut off the weather.
No,
let's not go there.
In console, let's not go there. All right. So, okay, my third one.
Yeah.
Before going to the bonuses one.
Yeah.
Where are we on time? If we have time for bonuses.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think people can bear with us.
Okay. Yeah. But I'll take my third one first. No Fuel Navy is the title. So this is actually I can combine it with another one, but it's kind of like the same thing, but having no fuel. Okay, so the tactical mistake in this is that in many countries they're not paying attention to fuel silos, like how much stored fuel or what's your maximum fuel capacity and what's the burn rate once you have like your main battle fleet out and roaming around. So like if you play the UK with the starting fuel, and they have quite a decent fuel supply. But once you go out with the main fleet and you try to first find the opponent to engage, and then you do the engagement, and the engagement takes several days usually, that can easily burn through a big chunk of your fuel supply.
Yeah.
Like we're talking like a third or a fourth or so, like a big chunk in no time. So so much that when I did some naval battle testings, if you've seen those guides, I had to just make sure that I had full supply before I started to do the testing, because sometimes I did the testing, I suddenly ran out of fuel mid-battle. Even. So and all of the testing, like why are they winning now? Oh, I had no fuel, or I ran out of fuel. So it's so easy to overlook this, because usually you need so much more fuel than you expect, because all of a sudden you have like 10 times the burn rate of fuel when the big fleet is out. And a naval battle consumes so much, and they stay engaged for so long. So you usually think there's a bang and it's over, but the battles, they drag out. And all of a sudden you're out of fuel mid-battle, and then you're toast. Yeah, that's when you see these like, oh, I'm winning, I lost.
Yeah,
so that's when you see those naval battles. So but that's my third one, and I've seen it so many times. Like, oh, why did I lose? Oh, okay, I had no fuel, and then you instant died.
I really like that one. I would say it's both a strategic and tactical error, because knowing your burn rate of your fuel can also be land strategically and build the silos accordingly. But I think you're easily disillusioned by having 100% fuel. Everything looks fine.
Yeah.
And then the engagement comes and
like I always build fuel silos, because it's
but I had go for it.
No, I was gonna say always, but not always. But for like when I play the UK, for example, or someone that is going to use a big battle fleet, and an air force as well. Then you really need to have a big fuel like supply. But I was gonna say that my like extra point to this, which is like I'm moving into bonus territory now, but
wait a second, because I have another comment how the game is designed.
Okay,
So what they're telling us is you go to a naval battle, and mid-battle fuels runs out, which means that this naval battle are continuously supplied with new fuels. So they're telling us that you can go out for a battle, and you use fuel in silos to keep that battle running. And I'm no expert on World War II naval battles, but I'm pretty sure tankers weren't in them to refuel the ships coming from the mainland and with silo fuel.
Refuel. You know how it is now. We're back to the leash metaphor now. It's kind of like so you have the admirals with the dog leashes on the ships instead. No, but no.
That's how the game works, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't how naval battles work. Or I'm not pretty sure. I just...
No, but it's a complicated mechanic to redesign, but it's probably going to be redesigned now with the new naval upgrades. Let's see. But
do you think Paradox listen to us?
No. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. They should.
Right. Okay. So bonus one in connection to that. That is, and this is like a very easy tactical mistake, but this is exercising fleets and armies while engaging in war. I've also seen this many times. Like someone is exercising like the UK home fleet, and then all of a sudden, a very small German fleet pops up and sinks it because it has no org.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Or you see like, oh, they are exercising on El Alamein forts.
That has happened.
Let's just run over them. So exercising, and I know people get greedy quite quickly. Like you want to have those extra buffs to have full experience on your divisions, and then like on the front line, like you try to push, you lose manpower and equipment, so you lose experience. Then you go down a level, and then all of a sudden people start to exercise on the front line, like while prepping planning bonus, and it's so greedy.
Yeah,
I've seen it so many times.
Yeah,
and it's stupid. Usually
it is, but yeah. I understand. We have a couple of newcomers in our community, which has been exercising when the war breaks out, and I totally understand. There's so many buttons. So much things happening. But yeah,
I've even gone to lanes sometimes, like before actually attacking someone, giving a heads up to the opponent, like maybe you should stop exercising so we can fight. But I mean, I'm a proper gentleman.
You are, yeah. I would say.
All right. Do you have any bonus ones?
Yes, I do.
This one off. Yeah.
And this is, I think this is more MP related, but could be in a single player match too. But that's when you're thinking you're about to be defeated, and in your mind going to that you're in an all or nothing situation. So you need to win something quickly, otherwise you will lose. I've seen this many times when you're taking unnecessary risks. You feel on the Soviet front or as Germany that you really need to win this engagement, or I need to kill at least 5 of his tanks. Otherwise, this is over. And you do some crazy maneuvers, you really want to attack, engage, be really aggressive. And then you lose all the tanks you have left. And instead of being able to survive for 1 year or 2 years, you push that down to half a year.
Yeah.
Because you have nothing to play with anymore. So being defeatist, a little bit, not giving up, but just getting into that all or nothing mindset.
Yeah.
Let's put everything into this card. If it works, it works. Otherwise, I lose. Instead of losing slowly and being just hoping for someone else to rescue you.
No, I completely agree. Like, it usually happens to. You can usually see like a German player not succeeding on the Eastern Front.
Yeah.
Then doing some crazy stuff instead of like giving up some terrain and let the Soviets attack, and then you can counterattack when they are in a bad supply situation all of a sudden, because it's easier to defend than to attack, I think.
Yeah.
So because you have supply on your side usually.
Yeah.
So or you can pick, like you can make the defensive lines where you want to have them and so on. So
pick your battles, keep your head calm.
Yeah.
And find those opportunities instead of just, okay, guys, all or nothing.
No, yeah.
Let's do this.
I agree. Like one of the classical ones is also like they like if you see a well played like turtle like comeback Germany, that's usually when someone attacks into a different air zone as well, and then all of a sudden you have like a few tanks left, but you have them in the right air zone defensively, and then the Soviets run into like the wrong air zone and they forget to move the airplanes over there as well, and all of a sudden they get super crushed. It's like the classical North Africa play as well. Like the UK leaves the Egypt air zone, and all of a sudden they're toast.
Yeah, they have nothing.
And because they, not that they forget about it, but they don't have the range to move their airplanes into the right zone. So
I think someone made guides about positive and negative modifiers. I think I made a Patreon guide, didn't I? Yeah.
Maybe.
The first Patreon guide was for...
Speaking of which,
yeah.
So if you like what we do and you want to support this circus of nerdery and keep the road on the show,
the beer rolling,
the road on the show, the show on the road, you can consider becoming a Patreon, and you get access to the Patreon archive and the Discord and everything. There's a lot of stuff, and some really pretty, like really nerdy guides that we made.
Yeah.
Patrons. Next level nerdery.
Yeah, and that's coming from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we happy?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna throw in one bonus more, and then I'm gonna leave over to you.
Okay.
Because when talking about aggressiveness, you can also be way too aggressive when you're winning. And I have a great example for this. I played the Soviet Union with, I think, me and 2 or 3 other guys.
Yeah.
And we did a really, really good maneuver at the beginning of the war. I think I wiped out 20 German tanks. He had 35. I wiped up 20. So we had 35 versus his, or 30 versus his 10.
Yeah.
And I was shouting at everyone, let's attack. And I just stormed forward with like 20, 25 tanks, taking Königsberg, being on the edge of like
German proper.
Yeah, German proper. And I just looked back. Where's the infantry? Oh, we wanted to take it easy, but what?
Yeah.
And those 20 tanks were just gone.
Yeah. But that's a classical
overconfidence.
Yeah, but also like always you need to keep your head cool when attacking. Like never go too deep.
No.
Because supply happens.
Yeah.
Or someone can cut you off if you don't have any sort of like frontline to support you and so on and so on.
Right? Yeah. Sorry for taking too
long. No, that's fine. I thought to mind the time. So
42 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had 10 left, didn't you?
No, I'm not going to take that about 10.
Yeah, if this flies, we'll make a part 2.
Yeah, we can make a part 2 of this one, and that one we will call fuck ups.
Will be
tactical fuck ups.
Yeah,
I don't know. No, okay. All right. See you guys until next week.
Oh, weren't you taking one more?
No, I'm rounding this off because the time.
Sorry. So really
time.
It's
too long already.
Yeah,
Let's round it off.
Yep. Let's do it. See you guys next time.